is Studs. I'm the host, Mark DeCarlo. Now, I happen to know, on a very, very good authority source, there's two guys outside who have dated those three ladies. Now, the ladies are sitting there. The guys are outside right now trying on each other's shoes. So let's meet the ladies, shall we? Okie dokie. Three fabulous ladies for us this evening. First of all, right next to me is Susan Nantes. Is that correct? A 29-year-old secretary. Welcome to the show, Susan. Good to have you here. And right next to her is Lisa Sterling, a 26-year-old attorney. Welcome to the show, Lisa.
Thank you.
And down at the end there is Chris Mason, a 26-year-old operations manager. Welcome to the show, Chris. Okie doke. Hey, Chris.
Yes.
Been dating a while?
Yes.
Obviously, you haven't found Mr. Right yet, have you?
Not really, no.
Who is Mr. Right for you?
Well, not to sound shallow, but my ideal man would have great looks, have a lot of charisma, and someone that definitely makes me laugh.
Okay, that doesn't sound too shallow. If you had spent a lot of money in a nice car, that would be shallow.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be baby pool level. This is more, swimming, but not adult swim. Lisa, how about you? What's your perfect guy?
I'd have to say he'd have to be very free-spirited and knockdown gorgeous.
You knock him down or he knocks you down?
He knocks me down.
Okay. All right. How about you, Susan? Careful, your grandmother's here.
My perfect man, I like tall, dark, and handsome, athletic, and I'm the same as Chris. I need a guy who can just crack me up. I think I can really make me laugh.
All right. Well, let's see how funny our two studlings are for tonight. Let's meet Mike and Tony. Bring them out. Nice to meet you, Mike. Good to see you. Tony, how are you? Welcome to the show, guys. We've got Mike Bolin, a 32-year-old sales engineer. Welcome to the show, Mike. Good to have you here. And right next to Mike is Tony Goulam, a 27-year-old electrical technician. Welcome to the show, Tony. You've been on dates with these ladies, right? Sure. You should theoretically know something about them, how they think, how they move, how they react, what they think of you. Most importantly, the guy that knows the most will have the most hearts and be crowned King Stud at the end of the show and share a huge bevy of prizes, including an ultimate date that we pay for. Can't beat that, Mike.
Not at all.
Can't beat it at all. When you talk to a girl on the phone for the first time, do you think they get an accurate impression of you?
For the most part, I spend a lot of time on the phone every day. So, yeah, I'm pretty comfortable behind the phone.
Yeah? Okay. Well, we asked the ladies what they thought of you after their first phone conversation, what they kind of gleaned from the phone conversation. And here's what they said. One of the ladies said, I was jazzed. Second lady said, he was short, sweet, and to the point. Third lady said, he sounded like the Rolodex king. So, tell me who said what, Mike, and I'll give you a heart.
I was jazzed, I'd say, would have to be Lisa.
That's right.
Lisa was jazzed. What jazzed you?
We just had a great phone conversation. He called me at work, and I was really excited to meet him. He sounded great on the phone. It sounded like we had a lot of things in common and that we'd have a really good time together.
Great. How long did you talk to him?
Let's see, probably about 15 minutes.
Okay, that's a good length for an opening phone call.
Yeah.
All right. He was short, sweet, and to the point, or he sounded like the Rolodex king.
I'd say he sounded like the Rolodex king would be Susan.
Susan? No! What'd you say, Susan?
He was short, sweet, and to the point.
Yeah? What do you mean?
Well, we talked for about 30 seconds, and I didn't have much time because I had a date waiting for me downstairs. So I couldn't really talk.
Did she tell you that?
No, she didn't.
The house is on fire. Gotta go. Make it quick.
That was about it.
So you just kind of set up the date and that was it?
Yeah, that's about it.
Can you tell, did he make a good 30-second impression?
Uh-huh, you sure did.
Okay. And you said Rolodex king, huh, Chris?
Definitely. He called me from his car phone, so I knew he had to be in sales. And he arranged everything so in order, like he was setting up a meeting with a client, and I felt like he was penciling me in in a daytimer or something.
Okay. Now, Rolodex king, is that an elected thing or something you're born into?
I was born into
Okay.
it. It worked out pretty well.
Tony?
Yeah.
Blind dates can be tough. I mean, we've all been on blind dates. You think women are pleased in general when they first see you?
Yeah, I think so. I think they like what they generally meet the first time.
Okay. All right. Well, we asked the ladies what they thought of you when they first met you. And here's what they said. One of them said, he looked like Al Pacino with Gene Wilder eyes. Second lady said he had that New Jersey flair for fashion. The third lady said he was hairy, sweaty, and hot, hot, hot. Open up your shirt a little bit. Oh, my. That looks like a Persian rug.
Yeah, this is my sweater from the Darwin collection.
Sure.
Let's see. He was hairy, sweaty, and hot, hot, hot. That would have to be Lisa.
Lisa?
Right again.
Bingo, there you go. Don't put that on your chest, it'll kill you. What was he? Why was he sweaty and sweaty?
Well, actually, I met him at their band practice. They were practicing. So when I walked in, I wasn't sure exactly, which one was him. He had his shirt all the way unbuttoned, and, and he was playing the bass. Yeah, and it was really steamy in there. They'd been rehearsing for a while, so there was kind of sweat hanging in the air, and it was pretty hot.
Uh-huh. What do you play, Tony?
Bass.
You a good bass player?
Mm-hmm, excellent.
All right.
Thank you.
Very good.
All right, well, you get to go again there. He looked like Al Pacino with Gene Wilder eyes, or he had that New Jersey flair for fashion.
Well, let's see. He looked like Al Pacino with Gene Wilder eyes. That would have to be Susan.
Yo.
Bingo, there you go. You think so?
Yeah, because when I first saw him, he's got this intense look to him. I thought kind of like Al Pacino. And his eyes, he's got the biggest eyes. So they remind me of Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder's got pretty big eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, if they had a love child, it would be Tony. Stick around, we come back. We're going to find out more about our studs and our studettes. So don't go away. Sales, right? Salesman, you got to be pretty good with the conversation. You think you're pretty good?
I do okay, yeah. The right subject comes up, or I can carry a conversation if I have to.
All right, we asked the ladies what they thought of your conversational abilities and how you hit it off with them. And here's what they said. One of them said, we made clinical small talk. Oh. Second lady says, he plays no favorites. I guess you'd be a bad DJ. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Second lady said he plays no favorite. All right, fine. From the commercial?
No, we'll just check in clean.
Okay.
And you said okay.
Got it. I love you, Kevin. All right, so we asked the ladies if they thought you were a good conversationalist. We're good with your, words and stuff. And here's what they said. One of them said, we made clinical small talk. Second lady said he plays no favorites, he hates men and women. And the third lady said, boy, this guy can cuss.
You sure those are mine? Holy cow. We made clinical small talk. I'd have to say that was Lisa again.
Lisa? No! What'd you say, Lisa?
Boy, can this guy cuss.
No!
But I should explain this a little bit. We went and played tennis before we went out to dinner and out to a club. And after I beat him about 3 games, he wasn't cussing at me. He was just kind of getting down on himself. And I was like, boy, you sure are competitive, aren't you? And then he lightened up because I was thinking, this isn't going to be any fun. He's having a bad time over there.
Doing the whole McEnroe thing, huh?
Not quite that bad, no.
She got a pretty good forehand?
She does.
Yeah? How's your backhand?
Not very good.
Okay. All right.
She knew it.
Sure. Who did say clinical small talk?
I did.
What does that mean, Chris?
Well, it didn't mean to come out that harsh. I'm never usually at a loss for words, but I had a hard time thinking about what I was going to talk about next. But it's probably just because it was a planned date, so.
Plan. Clinical, like doctors in a clinic talking about diseases? I don't know even know like clinical.
No, structured.
Sterile.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Sterile, structured. Did you feel that way, or things were going pretty smoothly for you?
For the most part, they went okay.
Okay.
There were moments when it was
right.
not so high.
Okay, Tony.
Yo.
Do you think when you go out with a woman, she has a long-lasting memory of her time with you, or they forget about you right away?
I think it depends on the woman. If I see the opportunity to make a long-lasting impression, then I'll definitely do it. But I won't go out of my way for someone that I don't think it'll impress.
Okay, that's a good answer. We asked the ladies what was the one thing that struck them about their dates with you. The one thing that'll stick in their head until they're like 90 years old now telling people about you. And they said they're going to. One of them said, he looks damn cute in a diaper. Which is a plus. That's a plus, I think. Second lady said, whoa, look at the size of that thing. The third lady said, when I think about him, I touch myself. Your grandmother's here, Susan. Your grandmother's like walking out of the studio. Sit down, lady. All right. Just tell me who said what, and if you're right, we'll give you a heart.
Wow. Hoo-ah, look at the size of that thing.
Oh, say it like you mean it, Tony.
Hoo-ah, look at the size of that thing.
All right.
I would have to say Lisa?
No. What'd you say, Lisa?
Whoops.
When I think about him, I touch myself. I can't believe you didn't get that one, Tony.
Explain that concept to us. We're kind of...
We went dancing. What song did we dance to?
Wouldn't be when I touch myself, I think about you, would it?
Yeah, we went out dancing, and that was one of the songs that we danced to, and I mentioned that in the interview, and look what they picked up.
I see. Oh, okay. I see. Good dancer, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Great. We had a good time.
Okay. Who did say, whoa, look at the size of that thing? Chris!
Yeah, he drives a very tall truck. In fact, it's maybe a monster truck. And I was just glad that I wore shorts, because if I had worn a skirt, I don't know how I would have boosted myself up into those seats.
It would have taken you all the time till Sunday to get in there. You saw Tony in a diaper?
Yes, I did. After
Did you powder him first?
No. After Tony took me to see Mark and Brian sing with the Temptations, and it was great. I really enjoyed the show. And after that, he gave me some reason we had to stop by his house. And his mom was there with all these pictures all over the place of Tony when he was a little baby. So I saw him when he was a baby, when he was 1, when he was 2, when he was 3, 4.
This is Tony when he went to first grade. This is Tony. Oh, does your mom, that was that?
She was sweet.
That's definitely a first, and as soon as we walked in the door, I reached for her arm and said, it's time to go.
Oh, my. Moms can be so nutty.
Really
She wanted to sit down and look
I
through
know,
all.
I was, look at this picture.
Does he look good in the
Oh, yeah, there was one of him about 6 years old, and he was adorable. He did.
Did he have a hairy chest when he was 6, too?
Yeah.
It's like the hairiest kid on the block? He did. Yeah. Mike, were you a romantic devil on any of your dates?
No, I wasn't. I normally behave myself on the first date.
Trick him, and then...
Then be mean. Yeah.
All right. We asked the ladies if there were any romantic sparks on their side of the fence while they were out with you, and here's what they said. Mike, one of them said, I told him I wanted to hit the bed early. Second lady said, we locked hips and moved up and down. And the third lady said, he really got a rise out of the rubbing. So, tell me who said what, Mike?
This is an easy one, actually. We locked hips and moved up and down with Susan.
There you go. Where did you go wrong?
We were dancing.
You were dancing. You locked hips?
Yeah, he threw some of those Patrick Swayze dirty dancing moves on me.
Is he a good dancer?
Yeah, slow dancer. He's a good slow dancer.
Slow dancer.
Slow dancer.
Yeah, what'd you guys
I'm
do?
a lousy
You go out to dinner, you went dancing?
We went to Medieval Times, and then they have a place called the Nightclub, KNIGHT Nightclub, and we
And
danced.
guys in like suits of armor playing music?
It was kiddie world in there. I'm not kidding. There were like 3-year-old kids, 14-year-olds dancing, and like everyone from the show, from seeing the show, would go into the nightclub, and there were like little kids, 11 o'clock at night out there dancing, and it was like, yeah, it was like kiddie world on the dance floor. It was kind of weird.
So how'd the date end, Mike?
took her back to her house, and just as we were walking to the door, her roommate showed up.
Really?
Perfect timing.
Planned?
No, it wasn't, but she did. She pulled up right when we did.
Okay. All right, so no real romantic sparks there. All right, well, you got a heart finally there.
got a heart, yeah.
I told him I wanted to hit the bed early, or he really got a rise out of the rubbing.
Ooh. He really got a rise out of the rubbing. I'd say would be Chris.
Yep.
Chris, there you go. Were you making little things with quarters under wax paper and doing one of those deals?
No. I was wearing a dress off the shoulders, and he mentioned that he likes shoulders, and he started rubbing the knots out of my shoulders and out of my neck. And I'm a sucker for massages and foot massages especially.
Sure.
So.
Did that to me too.
Yeah.
Lisa?
I don't know.
No,
I
Hatcher.
missed out.
All right, so he's rubbing you.
Oh, and I enjoyed it thoroughly, but I just didn't want him to get the wrong idea about allowing him to touch me.
Well, what was your quote there?
What was my quote? Oh, that he really got a rise out of it?
Yeah.
I want to hear this one myself.
That's a hard one to.
Yeah, okay. Tony! Tony, were any of your dates romantic?
No, I set my standards really high as far as romance-wise. I didn't think any of them were really romantic.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to be.
Okay, just kind of a friendly kind of first date deal.
First date, friendly.
All right, we asked the ladies the same deal, and here's what they said. One of them said, I gave him more than he expected. Second lady said he called in a night when my back started hurting. Third lady said he dropped to his knees and popped the question.
That's easy. He dropped to his knees and popped the questions, Christine.
Yes.
There you go. Can you help me up? Is that the question?
No, he was so sweet. We went dancing, and he asked what my favorite songs were, and somehow he went up and had the DJ play my favorite song. So before he asked me to dance, he got down on one knee, and he was real sweet, real sweet.
Oh, that's great. That's awful nice. All right, I gave him more than he expected, or we called it a night when my back started hurting.
We called it a night when my back started hurting. That would have to be Susan.
Susan, there you go. What did you guys do on your date, Sue?
Well, like I said, we went to see the show, and then we went dancing. The problem was I got a real bad stomach ache in the middle of our dancing, and I was drinking milk, 7-Up. I had something to eat. I was trying everything, to stop my stomach from hurting. We went out on the dance floor, and then after that, my back just started killing me. So I just kind of had to cut the evening short.
Were you
Tried so hard.
Were you on a romantic trajectory before?
No, not really. Just getting to know each other and
Okay.
dancing. He's a good dancer. He really is.
That's good. Okay. All right. Well, stick around. When we come back, we're going to find out which one of our studs is most likely to find creative uses for whipping cream. Having a good time, ladies? Oh, good. All right, here we go. Now, ladies, before the show, we talked to you. You gave us descriptions of these two guys, right? All right, all you got to do now, guys, is tell us who they're talking about. You or your co-stud. And, Mike, we start with you.
Okay.
Mike, who's most likely to know the names of all the Ninja Turtles? You or Tony?
Me.
Mike says Mike. Ladies?
Mike.
Boom, there you go.
Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael, and Leonardo. Thank you.
A grown man. You got to love that.
Yes.
Tony, name the 7 dwarfs.
Grumpy, Sneezy, Larry, I don't know.
All right, good. Joe Dorita was my favorite dwarf. All right, Tony, who's most likely to find creative uses for whipped cream?
I would have to say me.
All right, Tony says it's him, ladies.
Tony.
Boom, there you go, Tony. Why, Chris?
Well, he's totally uninhibited. He's take me for who I am type of guy, and I can just see him being real relaxed with the
I'm filled with whipping cream.
Yeah.
There you go. What works better, dairy or non-dairy whipping cream?
I prefer not.
Okay, sure. You don't get all those mucus problems. It's non-dairy. Mike, who would be most likely to be the first to apologize after a fight? You or Tony?
I'd have to say, I'll say me.
All right. Mike says Mike. Ladies?
Tony.
How come, Lisa?
We kind of all felt that Tony liked to apologize. That we think he would apologize before, during, and after an argument. He just apologizes for everything.
Really? Why do you think that is, Susan?
You say like, I'm sorry for saying I'm sorry. It's just, you know.
Sorry.
He said it.
Tony?
Yeah.
Who's most likely to join the CIA, you or Mike?
Mike.
Tony says Mike. Ladies?
Mike.
Mike, there you go. Why would you say that, Susan?
Mike's just got that Dragnet Joe Friday way about him. You just look at him. He just looks like he could be a detective.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, everything, the date was really well planned out, and he seems to do everything with a lot.
You got a phone in your shoe?
Nope.
No? Guys with sunglasses following you guys around on dates going to... No?
Come to think of it.
Mike,
Never dates.
who's most likely to call an adult party line, you or Tony?
Hopefully they said Tony.
You wouldn't have to call it. You could just bug the line.
Exactly.
You know, you don't need to call. All right. Mike says it's Tony. Ladies?
Mike.
How come, Chris?
Well, he's to himself type of guy. You know, not reserved, but a little introverted, and I could see him in a secretive manner, maybe making a phone call or two.
You ever call one of those 900 lines?
No, I haven't.
Swear?
Swear.
Tony, have you?
No.
Okay.
No, not me. I was laughing because I thought they might have.
Tony, who's most likely to sweat during sex, you or Mike?
Me.
Mea culpa, says Tony. Tony says it's him. Ladies?
Tony.
Ba-bing! There you go, Tony. Why, Lisa?
Well, when I first met him, you know, he was playing the bass and he was apologizing again. I'm sorry, I'm so sweaty, you know, I'm kind of a mess because they had been rehearsing for a while, so if he sweats during playing the bass, I figured he'd probably sweat during sex.
Yeah? You think?
Yeah.
Well, if you could somehow play music and you could be really sweaty, you know.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah? All right. You get pretty sweaty sometimes, Mike?
I sure do.
Okay. But you can't talk
When
about
I'm
it.
on the phone.
Sure. Because you're in the service. Stick around. We come back. We're going to find out which one of these guys is the biggest star. Don't go away. Hey, okay. Here's the deal, guys. We're down to the very end of the show. Anyone can win. This last part is double or nothing. Mike, you got 4 hearts. Tony, you've got 7. Okay. You're in the lead, but you get to start. And all you have to do now, Mike, is tell me who you'd like to continue your romance with. And if she picks you, ultimate date, we pay for it.
Okay.
So go ahead.
I'll start with Lisa. We had a great time. We went out. She beat me at tennis. She's real athletic, and she's got a lot of great things going for her, but I just don't think we hit it off that well. Chris is a great lady. She reminded me of a high school cheerleader. She's a cute girl, but we just wasn't there either. I had a great time with Susan. She made me laugh. We had a good time. I'd like to see Susan again.
Okay. All right. Now, if Susan selects you, where are you guys going to go on your date?
Go down to Cabo, do a little water sports, some parasailing, and some snorkeling.
Okay. That sounds pretty fun, doesn't it? All right. Tony. You're in the lead now. Same deal with you. Who you'd like to continue your romance with?
Well, let's start with Susan.
Okay.
I had a great time with you. I really did have a great time. But, you know, there's a certain kind of chemistry you look for, and it wasn't there. But we could be great friends. Lisa. Lisa, I had a great time with you, too. I really enjoyed your company. I really had a great time with you. But once again, the chemistry wasn't there. Christine, I'd like to go out with you again.
All right. Now, if Christine selects you, where are you guys going to go on your date?
Cabo.
Sure.
Cabo Wabo. I want to go down and see Van Halen's new club and snorkel and sunbathe with her. I'd love to be seen with her next to me.
All righty. All right, now, Lisa, neither of the guys picked you, but did you have fun on your date?
I had a great time.
Swear?
I
Did you have
swear.
fun here?
Yeah, lots of fun.
The water's good here, isn't it? It is. Before you go, would you show us who you picked?
Well, I wish I would have said neither now, but...
Tony! All right.
I'm sorry.
No, I had a great time. I thought we would be great friends. I'd love to hang out sometime.
Okay.
Anytime.
All right, now, Mike, you're trailing, and you selected Susan, right?
Mm-hmm, I did.
Okay. Susan selects you. You're off to Cabo. What's it going to be, Susan? You could go to Cabo.
I'm sorry.
Talk to her when you get her home. Why? All right, Chris, here's the deal. The whole ballpark is in your hands.
Whoa.
Must be pretty heavy. All right, if you pick Tony, you're going to Cabo. If not, nobody's going anywhere. What's it going to be?